Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about deaf culture and what it's like being hard of hearing, because I am hard of hearing, yeah, and things you should never say to a deaf or hard of hearing person, because it's just not right. So yeah, I also want to say I'm really sorry for saying so yeah a lot in this video. Yeah, I also want to apologize for the lack of editing in this video. So yeah, I need to really stop saying sorry. A lot of this will be in sign language, but speaking at the same time. Some of it, like as of right now, not in sign language because I speak too quick sometimes. So yeah, I need to stop. Just stop, Skylar. Stop. I forgot how to spell my own name, and it was really bad. Anyway, back to the topic of this video. So, a question I get a lot is, what is it like being hard of hearing? Okay, so you know how like when you're underwater, that sounds depressing. When you're like drowning, no. When you're underwater, you have water in your ears, and you get that like muffled sound when people are talking. That's what I hear 99% of the time. Just muffled noises. Sometimes I barely hear what you're saying, and only do repeat yourself. And sometimes I won't hear you at all, and I apologize for that. Yeah, I hit my finger on my foot. Okay, ow. Another thing that's really important with learning sign language is make sure the sign is right. You never know how many times I see someone saying, "Oh, I know sign language," but signed something completely wrong. Or I see people use this sign for mistake for wrong and the sign for wrong for mistake, and it's really annoying. Like, those are the two signs that really annoys me. They're two different signs with two different meanings, but people still mix them up, and it's really annoying. Also, comment down below. Like, I might do sign language like videos more often because those are fun to do. I also want to apologize for the fact that I'm actually not against the plain white wall right now. I'm under my cousin's bed. Usually I actually will record on top of her bed for the plain white wall and tripod, but right now I'm actually only recording on my phone. Okay, anyway, back to the topic of the video. So another like really important thing to learn is deaf culture. Deaf culture is super important. Like, I cannot stress this enough. It is super important. You cannot learn sign language without learning at least a little bit about the culture behind it, who created it. Which I'm not going to give that too much away. I may make a whole nother video because deaf culture is a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. So I'm not going to go into full detail, but who created it, everyone involved with it, and so on and so forth. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go too far into detail with that because it's not really the topic of the video. I'll do a whole nother video in the future about deaf culture and stuff like that. But this video is what it's like being hard of hearing and what not to say to a deaf or hard of hearing person. So, let's get to the what not to say to a deaf or hard of hearing person first. So first thing you'll never do with a hard of hearing or deaf person is scream at them, because chances are they still won't hear you, especially if they're completely deaf. Can you hear me now? No, I cannot. Another thing you never want to do is over-enunciate. Like, there's certain words that you should enunciate a little bit more than others. Like, for example, P, you want to make your lips form the P, like, movement, so it's easier to follow along. But you would never, like, vocally enunciate, like, potato, potato, no. But another thing you never want to do is under-enunciate, where it looks like oil, where it just flows together like this. you need to make sure your lips are moving enough for us to follow along. You never want to just talk like this because it's really hard to understand what you're saying. Like, I'm going to just mouth a few words without enunciating, and you'll be able to see how hard it is. So yeah, it's not very easy. However, if you enunciate it a little bit more, but one thing you never do is, hey, yeah, when I went to the movies, I really wanted to get popcorn. Still can't hear you. Why try? Also, another thing is, if you're deaf, how do you speak? I'll get back to you on that one. No, it's my ears that don't work, not my vocal cords. Try again. Or, you're too pretty to be deaf. I'll get back to you on that one too. Next. So, another thing you never want to say or do in front of a deaf person, because they'll just sit there and laugh at you, is, yeah, I know sign language. What is that? People are just gonna stare at you weird, okay? Alright, next. Notification stop. Notification stop. Okay. Another thing you really want to make sure you do with around deaf people is, like I said, enunciate your lips, not your voice. So, for example, like what I'm doing, you can see my lips moving plenty, but you do not see me doing this. But there, because either way, if you're talking to a deaf person, they still can't hear you. It's really good to make sure you enunciate, but not over-enunciate, and not under-enunciate. So talk like if you were talking to a hearing person. Because most of the time, a deaf or hard of hearing person can still follow along really well as if they were hearing. Yeah. So, another thing I really want to talk about is, how do you listen to music? One, most deaf people are actually not completely deaf. Most of the time they can still hear music if it's up super loud. Or even vibrations. Most of the time a deaf person can feel the vibration and know what the song is saying. Or know the beat of the song by the vibration of just like touching a loudspeaker like this. But like I said, most of the time a deaf person is actually not 100% deaf and can still hear very, very, very loud noises. Or most deaf people nowadays actually have a cochlear implant, which is actually something that goes on just on the flap of your skin inside of you, inside of like your head. There's like a flap of your skull right there. It goes in like that, around here-ish. I'm not 100% sure. And then it's a hearing aid that like attaches to like a magnet. It's just like what? It's not really a magnet. It's just what it looks like. It looks like a magnet attaching to your skull right here. But yeah, most people actually do nowadays have a cochlear implant, and even if they do have hearing aids, which most of the time do not actually allow them to hear your voice. Most of the time, hearing aids allow people to hear ambient noises, such as like police coming by, car horns, very loud stuff like that. Just like most cars, never ask a deaf person why they drive if they're deaf, because most of the time their car is actually equipped with equipment that allows them to understand what's going on around them, along with like multiple stuff like that. Anyway, also if you just know the alphabet, you do not know sign language. I'm sorry, but you don't. Because the alphabet, when I was in school, they actually taught us how to do it in elementary school to sign our name. Like, for example, mine is S, K, Y, L, A, R. Skylar. And then my middle name is P, A, I, G, E. Paige. And then my last name is Autumn, so A-U-T-U-M-N. Pretty simple. It's not really that hard. Like, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I'm actually going to quickly teach you the alphabet so you can learn it for yourself and learn how to sign your name. So A, like a fist without your thumb. A fist with your thumb. B, 4 fingers up, connected, thumb in the middle. C, the shape of a C. D, 2 fingers touching, pinky touching as well. So 3 fingers touching, pointer finger up, like this. D, in the shape of a D. D, E, 4 fingers touching thumb. Or people also end up doing it like this, how it's more comfortable. F, 1 finger touching thumb, 3 fingers up. F. G, like G. H, 2 fingers to the side connecting. I, pinky up. J, pinky shape of a J. J, K, V, thumb in the middle. L, shape of an L. M, 3 fingers over. N, 2 fingers over. O, shape of an O. P, like a K but down. Q, like a G but down. R, fingers crossed. S, like A but with the thumb down instead. T, 1 finger over. U, 2 fingers up connected. V, 2 fingers up disconnected. W, 3 fingers up disconnected. Q, like a pirate. Y, pinky and thumb up, like the shape of a Y. Z, you take your pointer finger and draw a Z in the air. So now you know your alphabet. So now you can try to sign your name. For example, like I said, mine is Skylar. Or if you want to sign my nickname, it's S-K-Y-E. So yeah. There's so much to do with deaf culture that I can't really put it all in this video because I'm running out of time. However, I will make a whole new video on deaf culture really soon, probably within the next couple weeks, maybe. I'll have a whole video on deaf culture, and I'll even like do signing with songs and stuff. But other than that, I think I've about covered the basics. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below. And yeah. So that's about it. Peace out, my little lovely doves. And I will see you all next time. Bye!